going down to breakfast now. It's the second day. 4 different sessions yesterday. 3 were by Jeff Rotowski, who was telling us a lot about wholesaling and assignment of contracts and double closings, and how you can do that as a professional real estate business. You could build a family business. You can build that family's wealth just off of this strategy, and the government can't touch it. So it's really valuable. So we're going down today after breakfast, and we're excited to see whatever they have planned for us, and ready to just sit the whole day and just listen to those guys talk.
Stays open? I thought it was like breakfast. Hello. Pork sausage, crispy bacon.
Floor is sticky here.
Take this one.
Just take all of it. Alright, can I get everything? Yeah, here. Everything. Maybe not the mushrooms, but everything else, please. I really like the Paul Stations talk because it really taught us how a family can build wealth, and it's very powerful. So I really like that particular talk that he gave. So, technically, I'm gonna start my thought again. We're in a break session right now, and we're okay. We're almost done with day 2. We have one more session, which should go for maybe 2 hours, and then right after that, we're going to let's start my thought again. In a break session right now. 7 minutes on the clock for the next session. It's been pretty darn exciting. I'm really enjoying it here. He's learning so much, getting super excited of how you can just, endless possibilities in the real estate world. And we're just talking about wholesaling this whole conference. We're not even getting into all the nits and gritties of the rehabbing and the passive income. And already I feel like I could just crush it. People must think that I'm really awkward sitting here with this camera talking to you guys. People are just giving me funny looks. It's weird. It's like I'm some freak or something. And I'm just talking to you guys. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Hoping to get a recording of maybe when we come up on stage and we start like clapping, and you count. It's super cool. I'm gonna try to see if I can get up there, so you guys need to come see this real quick. It's really cool.
The day is over. A couple things we should probably talk about. There were some pretty interesting concepts that I think we should just discuss before the day is over.
Definitely entertained.
And we should have brought swim trunks.
Yeah, we should.
one of the important concepts that was discussed today is the idea of passive income, and I think a lot of this stuff we've talked about before in our family. We have talked about a lot. Has to do with the way that we measure assets and liabilities, and how we want to collect assets that produce income for us and not more liabilities. So he got a little bit into the discussion about what's considered an asset and what's considered a liability, but these are the main things that I wanted to focus on. I had a little bit of a disagreement with him, because he said that an asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. And I would differ with him in that regard. I would say an asset is anything which brings value to you or returns value. And the reason why I would categorize a little bit differently is because he had measured assets in regard to things like owning a single-family residential home that you're renting out to a tenant, owning an apartment complex. He said those are assets. But when he talked about a TV, they said, oh, that's a liability, that's not an asset. But one thing that I thought was really interesting is when he said, okay, here I got a question for everybody. What about your spouse? And everyone in the room like balked. Mm-hmm. Like they were like they weren't really sure. Some people maybe consider their spouse an asset, and I think a lot of people just consider them to be a liability, probably because they don't really quite understand the value that comes from that marriage relationship. I thought that was pretty revealing. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it reflected both the crowd and himself as well. I felt that I don't think he thinks of his spouse as putting money directly into his pocket.
Right.
Like, I don't think that's what she provides for him directly, so I don't see how in his mind he would make that connection. But I mean, I certainly see the connection.
Well, I see the connection because I don't consider my wife's value to be strictly monetary. To be strictly financial, so the Bible says that an excellent wife who can find her prices far above rubies. So a wife is an incredible asset according to the Bible. The Bible says that men should be very, very concerned about acquiring a high quality wife, because she's going to be a major asset. And this is the reason why a wife is a major asset, is because she's going to be your partner in life for furthering your dominion calling in however it is that you are given the task of executing dominion for God's kingdom. And he says specifically that you can't do this alone, that you need a helper. So a wife is a critical aspect. It's like if we want to talk about primary assets, like this is the thing. Like, if we wanted to really have a good discussion here about what the Bible says, the Bible would say that your top asset that you possess in human nature is your wife. It's the most important thing that you can possibly have. So I thought that was kind of revealing. So a little sad, a little unfortunate. I definitely think that they have the right idea about the collection of assets and owning property and using it to further your financial goals. He talked about how real estate, is going to outpace inflation, or at least it's going to keep pace with inflation. It's not going to depreciate. All these other tax things, which are true, very, very true. But I guarantee you that, like, if you have a problem in your relationship with your spouse, your marriage relationship, you're going to find out real quick that you've got a serious problem on your hands. Mm-hmm. And all that work and all that striving isn't going to do you any good. So, honey, you're a really valuable asset to me. Okay?
Honey, you're a really valuable asset to me.
We got one more day. One more day, we'll be back to wrap up this whole conference. It's been good, yo. So keep following with us, stay with us. Make sure you subscribe and share Reconstruction Life with your friends, with your family, with people that you like. And we want to talk to you. We want to hear from you. So comment down below. Say something about what you think about the cultivation of assets. If you think a wife is a good asset, then talk
If
about
you think
that
my
down
wife's
below.
a good asset.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, all right, we're gonna go. Bye.